Hello Stampers and welcome back. I'm going to show you my next fun tag that I made for my stamp club this month using the Very Best Trio Punch. I called it Trio of Tags in my last video, but it's actually called the Very Best Trio Punch and Ringed with Nature. Both of these items, the punch and Ringed with Nature, were in the holiday mini catalog, just retiring, but both of them are carryover items. So that's awesome because I really like both of them. And I'm glad that they're still current and you can still order them. You want to check out my website, stampwithcease.stampinup.net. Can't see it, it's up there. stampwithcease.stampinup.net, because there's some really great sales on there right now. There's some great bargains on the retiring items from the mini catalog. And also the clearance rack was refreshed, and even though all that started on December 1st, there's still a ton of stuff on there. Some really great deals to be had, so you want to check that out. If you haven't ordered already, you really should order. And what can you do with this punch? Well, you can actually make 3 different styles of tag with it. You can make this style, which is I call a diagonal style. And then there's actually 2 styles you can make with the fun little shape, squirrely shape there. And I'm going to show you how to do the 2 different styles. So you can put this one in this way. This piece of cardstock is 2 inches by 4 inches. You want to seat it in there and press it. Then you want to rotate it. Just flip it over. And that way you get the same exact design. And so that gives you this style, which might be hard to see. Here, I'll put it on a black background. You can see it better. There's that style. Then the other style is if you go this way in the punch, then flip it over this way and do the other side. And so then you get a second style. So they're both quite pretty, and it's kind of fun to have, you know, those 2 options. And then you can take 2 of these together if you want and line them up to do the top. Gotta line them up to do the slot at the top, which you can use to put ribbon, or in my case I used baker's twine. So that gives you a slot at the top. All right, so like I said, I used Ringed with Nature. It's got this really pretty poinsettia and some centers. You can do so many tags with this, but I wanted to do Christmas tags, so that's what we're doing for this class. So let me get 3. I'm going to do 3 for this one at a time. I'm going to do the 3 different styles. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, there's the 3 different styles. And I need a scratch piece of paper, which this will work. And for this one I used cherry cobbler. So just open it up, rotate it and push it in. And for this one I used a technique known as stamping off. I'm going to make a little space here. I'll move those out of the way. And I've got everything to go, so I've already went ahead and mounted. You know, I'm going to get a smaller block. It's going to be a little easier if I can reach it. There we go. It's actually a little bit easier to manage this if you do it. See how this one's kind of big? I'm going to put it on this one, which is a perfect size, and that way you have less of a chance to get like ink on the edges and ink on your fingers like I already have done. All right, so the first one we're going to stamp on, and I'm going to use a piece of paper instead of my laminated sheet because it actually works better for this. All right. So I guess I need to, let me just pull this down a little. There we go. All right, getting everything just right. So first of all, I'm going to stamp on. So that means I put ink on my stamp and I'm going to just directly stamp. You know, I'm just going to do 2 because I need more space. It's too hard to do 3. All right, so I'm going to stamp 1 image there. And I didn't do a good job, so I'm going to just line it up and do it again. And there, fixed it. I'll do another one here. And I'm going to do one here. So I'm just direct ink to paper. Do the third one there. Do a third one there. All right. Now I'm going to stamp off. So that means I'm going to put ink on my stamp. I'm going to stamp on my scratch paper. So I pull off the first layer of ink, and then there's my next image. So you always have to re-ink every time, or you're going to get strange lines in your project. So stamping off. There we go, and that looks good. That looks good. And then this one, these are super quick tags, and you can make a bunch of them for your Christmas gifts, or you can even use the tags as a last minute gift. People always use tags, love tags. They're very handy to have. All right, so just that quick. I did 2 tags, and I could have lined up a whole row of them, but since I just have this little 6x6 piece of paper, it's kind of hard to do more than 2. All right, so now I'm taking my memento pad, and I'm going to do the center of the poinsettia, and I'm just re-inking every time and tapping lightly. At my stamp club, I had a brand new stamper, and she was like really pushing hard when she inked up her stamps, and then she was getting the outline. You just want to lightly tap, and you'll get enough ink on them. If these new, especially these new style stamp pads, the Stampin' Up! Pads, they're actually not that new, but if you have the old ones, you probably had to push a lot harder. With this style, you just lightly tap. And look, I'm already done. I just took a piece of twine and open on one end. It's probably 5 inches long. Actually 10 inches total, 5 when you fold it in half. And I'm just going to push the loop through the hole. And of course you could tie this however you want to, but my thought process was that you could then open this up and tie it onto your gift, or you could just tape it down too. So how cute is that? Let me take it off the white so maybe you can see it better. Very quick and easy tag, and it'd be a great gift or just great for your gifts. Have a good stamping day. See you next time.